Tfue is one of the greatest players to ever touch Fortnite. He's gone from being one of the best pros in the world to quitting the game and eventually retiring from streaming as a whole. But now, after 5 months of radio silence, he's back, and it looks like he won't be going anywhere anytime soon. So today, we're going to take a look back at his story to see how Tfue became one of the faces of Fortnite. Unlike many professional gamers, Tfue was never really big in the video games as a kid. Of course, he played his fair share of them, but most of his time was spent outside doing anything him and his friends could think of. And growing up on the beaches of Florida, they were free to do whatever they wanted. And it was actually around now where he would get introduced to YouTube and content creation. Over 16 years ago, when Tfue was around 9 years old, his brother Jack would upload a clip of them roughhousing with each other, and this would end up being the first video he was ever a part of. Throughout the next couple of years on Jack's Juke Squad channel, he would upload some home-style videos. But eventually, he started getting into pranks and doing insane stunts. And Tfue was there to play a large role in helping create these videos, some of which would go super viral for the time. But eventually, Tfue would start to move on from helping in these videos, and that's because he found a new passion: gaming. So with that, he would create his YouTube and Twitch channel around May of 2014. And in some of his early videos, he would start off by playing games like Destiny and Advanced Warfare. And for someone who up until that point didn't really game, he was very good. For the next few years, he would move away from Call of Duty videos and mainly focus on Destiny. And he quickly became known as one of the best in not just PvP, but also breaking world records on the game. So because of this, after just starting his content creation journey, he was already averaging hundreds of viewers on Twitch, all while he was still playing on his Xbox. But in 2016, it was time for a big change. Battle Royales like PUBG and H1Z1 were starting to take over, and Tfue made sure to take advantage of this. He would quickly become a top player in H1Z1, but it was in PUBG where he would really play his best. And since he was so good, he would end up getting signed to his first organization as a pro player, Rogue. He would continue to play a mix of H1Z1, PUBG, and Destiny 2 for a while, until early 2018 where he would play the game that would change his life forever, Fortnite. And unsurprisingly, he was already becoming extremely good, and this was made even more obvious when the first video he uploaded on the game being a 29 elimination solo squads win. But at the time, if you asked who was the best player, most people would say someone like Ninja, who would easily drop big kill games, or maybe someone like Myth, who seemed to master the mechanics of building early on. Not many people had Tfue on their radar, who seemed to master both the gunplay and building aspect of the game, but soon he was about to put his name into the discussion. After that first Fortnite video, he would pretty much switch to only playing that game. And he would also continue to upload extremely high kill games, breaking records which resulted in him getting millions of views on some of his early videos. But it wasn't until he would run into one of the best players in the game that he would explode in popularity. After taking out Ninja, Tfue was now put on the map. He went from around 80,000 followers on Twitch in February of 2018 to over 1 million in July of that same year. That's over 900,000 followers in just 5 months. On top of that, he ended up joining one of the biggest organizations in esports, FaZe, during this time period. So now he was pulling tens of thousands of viewers every stream, while also gaining millions of views on YouTube every video. He was certainly becoming one of the biggest faces in the game, but there was just one problem. Tfue wanted to show that he was the best. However, there were no tournaments really going on for him to prove it. But that's when one of the biggest reoccurring tournaments in early Fortnite would be announced: Friday Fortnite. This tournament was a 2v2 kill race against some of the best players in the game, but most importantly, it was a chance for Tfue to show everyone what he's got. Tfue would end up getting 4 wins and a 2nd place during these tournaments, proving that he is one of the best players in the game. But up until this point, all the tournaments were just pub stomping. There were no set lobbies like we have today, until Fortnite skirmishes were announced. Now, he didn't play too well in the first summer skirmish, but the one in the fall was a completely different story. In the week 2 and 4 qualifiers of the fall skirmish, he would win both, earning $80,000. After showing that he's a top solo player, it was time to see if he could prove it in duos. The fall skirmish grand finals was announced, and since it was duos, he needed to partner up with someone. And who better than his fellow FaZe member, Cloaksy. So now, it was time to see if Tfue would pull off his first ever LAN win. After an extremely close last game, they had done it, coming out on top with them taking home $250,000 each. At this point, there was pretty much nothing Tfue hadn't accomplished. His streams and YouTube videos were doing better than ever, and coming off of a LAN win, he was undoubtedly one of the best competitors in the world. But then, Epic would announce one of the largest tournaments in gaming history, the Fortnite World Cup. This was Tfue's chance to make himself the World Cup champion, but first, he had to get through the qualifiers.
Oh my god.
He would come out on top in week 3, winning the solo qualifiers. Now, unfortunately, he wasn't able to qual with Cloaksy in duos, with their best placement being a 6th, just barely missing out. However, nobody was ready for the drama that was about to come next. In May of 2019, Tfue would release a video titled My Response, where in it, he would explain how his contract with FaZe was a really bad one, and essentially, they were making him stream crazy hours while also taking a lot of his pay, especially from sponsors, which is a big part in a creator's income. And when he released that video, he would even state that he will be suing FaZe. Now, this drama would end up going back and forth between FaZe and Tfue for a few months, but then everyone's attention shifted, and that's because the Fortnite World Cup finals were here. So now he needed to push all of the drama away out of his mind. And going into it, Tfue was easily one of the favorites to win. He had shown time and time again that he is one of the best solo players in the game. All he had to do was just prove himself. But sadly, that wouldn't happen.
Good shadow bomb, I can tell you right now.
Gotta be disappointed there. Big hit from above, down to 55 HP. Tfue, the edit, and
Tfue out. This is sometimes you're flying and then you just become a magnet, and that is unfortunate. It's just one of the greats of Fortnite altogether. On the side, I was looking at this fight between Buxton and Riversand. Riversand went for high ground numerous times.
He would end up underperforming and in the end get 67th place. After playing so poorly, many people started to speculate why exactly he did not place well. But it seems like the main reason was actually out of his control. For the World Cup, Epic lowered the age requirements for players to compete from 16 to 13. So that meant players like Mongrel, Benji Fishy, Clicks, and way more were now able to play. So it seemed like he just wasn't really prepared for who he was going to be facing off against, since there were so many up-and-comers he never even heard of. Now after this, Tfue would continue to grind content and compete in multiple FNCSs, placing 22nd, 7th, and 16th in the grand finals. And he would even put on some up-and-coming players like Scoped and Kanata, who nowadays is one of the best players in the game. But sadly, after Chapter 2 Season 2's FNCS, we would start to see Tfue play less and less Fortnite. At this point, it seemed like he had just lost the passion he once had for the game and was now unable to stay on the very top competitively. But at this time, there was a new battle royale that was starting to grab everyone's attention: Warzone. Tfue was insane at the game, and he was quick to remind everyone he wasn't just good at Fortnite. And with his crazy robotic-like aim, he was even accused of aimbotting. He was so good. But this didn't last for long. He would end up getting bored of Warzone, and this time decided to try out one of the last major battle royales, Apex Legends. And what a shocker, he was extremely good, even managing to reach Predator, the top rank in the game, only given out to players in the top 500. But just like Warzone, he would again get burnt out of playing Apex. However, this time we would see a surprising game change. He would end up going back to Fortnite. And that's because Epic Games had just released the new Zero Build game mode. This was now a chance for Tfue to rekindle the love he once had for the game, without having to worry about all the cracked out kids and their piece control. During this time, we would also see him return to playing tournaments again, given they were all zero builds, but he was still extremely dominant, becoming one of the best no build players. But once again, he would sadly fall out of love with the game, leaving, and this time nobody knew if he would ever return. During this time, he would also play some other games, one of them surprisingly being Minecraft speedruns, which, what a shocker, he was quite good at. However, as he continued to stream pretty much every day, you could tell he just wasn't really enjoying what he was doing anymore. Repeatedly going from game to game, becoming extremely good just to quit and repeat it all again, until eventually he would have his last stream in April of 2023. During this time, he would take his first long break since the start of his career. But in June, he would end up breaking the silence, releasing a video titled Goodbye. In this 40-minute long video, he would discuss his career, and towards the end, he would have this to say about how his life was now.
I've been doing this since I was like 8 years old, content creating. I just feel like I need to go live my life, you know? Who knows if I'll be back, man? I mean, maybe, who knows? I just need time to get away, just go live my life, because I feel like early in my gaming career, I used gaming to kind of escape from reality, and I feel like now I use reality to escape from work, you know. I just feel kind of trapped sometimes, you know.
After creating content for over 15 years of his life, he needed a break. So he would end up leaving, not knowing if he would ever come back. Over the next few months, we heard nothing from him, not even a single tweet. But then we would end up getting an announcement from Epic Games that would spark the return of all the OG creators. Fortnite was officially having an OG season where we would be going back to the original Fortnite map. Like I said, this caused pretty much every large creator to return to the game once again. But still, we had no word about Tfue. Some people were saying that he was going to come back, but nobody knew for sure. Until the 19th of November, he would return. Tfue had announced he was officially back and had signed a deal with the streaming platform Kick, which was easily for tens of millions of dollars at the minimum. However, his first stream wasn't Fortnite like everyone expected. It was actually him giving away $100,000 to anyone who showed up to the beach he was at. But eventually he would return to playing Fortnite again. However, now we're in an interesting position. It's pretty obvious Tfue won't just stick to playing Fortnite and most likely leave the game again after the season ends. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what he decided to do. Who knows, maybe we'll see him start doing more IRL style streams since that's what he seems to like to do now. But only time will really tell. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 20K by the end of this year. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your days. Peace out.